Well, Rach and I are back from holidays and things in Sydney look a little different to when we left. And Rach and I and John and the rest of the leadership team, we just want to say that we are praying for you all. And that's not a throwaway comment. Not a comment like, oh, you're on our mind or we wish you well, but we are genuinely praying to the God of all creation, the God who can do the impossible, that his presence be with you all, that his comfort come to you in this time of need. And we genuinely want to ask you, if you need anything, just reach out to us. If you just need someone to call just for a chat, we're there. If you need some prayer, we're there. If you've just used your last sheet of toilet paper, then I'm sure John can help you out with that. But no, we love you all. We value you all. And we are really looking forward to seeing your faces once again, once lockdown ends. We are actually thinking through some ways that our church family can connect during lockdown, and we'll be able to tell you of those shortly, so we'll keep you all posted. But today what I wanted to do is, I wanted to ask you a question first off, and that's, have you ever asked yourself, why doesn't God do something? Why doesn't God work in this area or in this area? Why doesn't he intervene for this or for that? Why doesn't God do something? Well, I'm afraid that the answer to that is not straightforward, and I don't think we're going to have a black and white answer to that ever, really. But what we do know is that God's kingdom will come. That his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. What started with Jesus, the birth of this kingdom, will be established in its fullness one day, and we can look forward to that. But it's really annoying to have to wait for it, isn't it? Well, before lockdown took effect, our last Sunday together, we started looking at the kingdom parables of Jesus. And I want to bring one to you today from Matthew 13, verses 31 to 33. And Jesus tells this parable. He told them that the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all your seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and perch on the branches. He told them still another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast, that a woman took and mixed into a large amount of flour until it worked all through the dough. And what's interesting about these two parables is the idea of waiting. So the man who planted the mustard seed, well, he had to wait until the seed flowered and bloomed and it grew into a massive tree. Now, the birds themselves had to wait for the tree to grow as well before they could rest on the branches. And the woman who put the yeast into the flour had to wait for that yeast to immerse itself into the dough so that the dough may rise. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And waiting is something we all do really well, isn't it? I want to let you in on a little secret. I actually hate toasters. I hate them. I can't stand them. And don't get me wrong, I love toast, but I hate toasters. Because once that bread goes down, I cannot stay in the kitchen. Because if I do, when it pops up, it scares the blazes out of me. But as the bread goes down, if I am in the kitchen, if I pluck up enough courage to be there, I'm waiting for the toast to pop up, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the toast will pop up. I'm not wondering, will it? Won't it? And sometimes we feel like when we're waiting for the kingdom, it can be a little bit like waiting in the dark, wondering if somebody is going to jump out at us. But it's nothing like that. We can rest assured that the kingdom of God will come. It will come in its fullness. And in these uncertain times where we find ourselves in lockdown, we're just waiting, aren't we? We can still cling on to the hope that God's kingdom will come. And it's not a hope as in, well, I hope that my local fish and chip shop has chicken salt today. It's not that kind of hope. It's an assurance. It's a hope based on faith that God will establish his kingdom in its fullness. Now let's be people who are waiting in anticipation, in excitement for God's kingdom to come. But in that waiting, that we're also seeking God and his will for us. What does he call us to do in this time? What does he call us to do in partnering with him as he establishes his kingdom here on earth? Bless you all. We're praying for you. We love you all. And again, if there is anything that you might need, just give us a call, give us a buzz, and we'll be there. Bless you.